Welcome to Module 5 of this 16-week semester. Well, can you believe it? We've already completed 1/4 of the semester. As you can see, we're going a bit out of order from the textbook in this module. As you may know, this course is required business major transfer course, and one of the major pieces of proof the universities look for before you transfer is whether you successfully learned how to write a lengthy, objective, evidence-based business report. This report is the equivalent of the capstone course report you will need to prepare to earn your bachelor's degree. You'll need to write a master's thesis using much of the skills and tools you learn in this course if you choose to continue to earn your master's degree, and so on. With that information, this is a course requirement. So now you've learned the most important tools to master writing basics of business writing by learning how to use an appropriate style in Chapter 4 and correctness in communication in bonus Chapter B. These skills are meant to prepare you for this required long formal report. A long formal report takes time. In fact, your final report will not be due for submission for 6 weeks. However, my goal is to help you avoid procrastinating until the last minute and to help you write the best objective evidence-based business report possible. To that end, many of the assignments you will complete between now and the due date will include components of the report for which you will get feedback from me to ensure you're on the right track. By the end of this module, you will meet the Chapter 8 learning objectives stated here on page 5.1 of the module overview. And to meet these learning objectives for researching, organizing, and writing a long formal business report, you'll need to complete the following activities and assessments. As always, first and above all, read Chapter 8, Researching and Writing Reports, in your textbook. Clicking the next button takes you to the Chapter 8 PowerPoint and lecture. This PowerPoint is also narrated, as you can see. So it's a video with narration by me to help, because this is such an important assignment and chapter. I wanted to make sure that you got all of the possible resources you can get, and so I narrated the slideshow for you. However, you can still download by clicking here the PDF version, as well as the transcript of the lecture notes for this chapter. In this PowerPoint and the lecture notes, you'll have a chance to see examples of how to write a purpose statement and how to determine the factors you're going to need to research to write this objective report. Clicking the next button, we get to the bonus Chapter D. Clicking the next button brings you to the Analytical Report Instructions and Resources page. You will notice that there are 3 tabs on this page. Okay, this is so that I can give you all of the information you need access to regarding this very important report. Make sure that you access all 3 tabs to ensure you have all the instructions and resources I've provided for you for this major assignment. Let's take a quick look now at the first tab and what it includes. It includes the process of writing a long formal business report. It talks about the problem-solving process that we learned about in Chapters 1 and 2. It tells you about the different phases that we've also discussed in Chapters 1 and 2, beginning with the planning phase and what are some of the tasks that you need to complete while you're in the planning phase, then getting to the writing phase and getting to the revising and finalizing phase. The next page, or the next tab, gives you a link to the topics. That's also over here on the first tab, the Research Reports Topics List. You can access the topics list from various areas within this page. Again, here is another way to access the topics. Let me go ahead and open it up for you real quick so you can get an idea. I have about between 5 and 10 topic suggestions listed under each of the different disciplines, the separate disciplines within the business administration curriculum. So it gives you a bit of a choice. You only have to choose one. Again, this page also shows you about the different components that are going to be included in your long formal report. Okay, may want to print this page out because it gives you a little bit more detailed explanation of what I'm looking for in your reports. And finally, the last tab here gives you some other information as well as links to content that will help you with this report. Beginning with showing you how many points are attached to each of the sections. So the title fly and title page are called prefatory parts, and they're worth 1 page. The executive summary is also a prefatory part. Usually it's about 1 to 2 pages maximum. The report proper. Please pay attention to this yellow highlight here. The report proper, this is where the most points are attached. Okay, this is what you have to show me, prove to me that you researched and analyzed both sides of the coin, basically, being very objective. From the start of the introduction through to the end of the recommendations, this section alone must be 10 double-spaced pages at minimum. No more than 12 pages, but at minimum 10 double-spaced pages. It needs to include a works cited page using the MLA style, as well as any other applicable appendix items, usually your primary source documents. We'll go into that in the chapter. Again, as you can see, there are links to sample student report from a previous semester, as well as I've prepared a template for you so that everything is already all lined up for you and the headings are there. You just may need to change some of the headings based on to make it specific for your report. Okay, now clicking the next button is your assignment for this class. This assignment is your analytical report purpose statement and outline. Please read the instructions carefully. This is where you're going to need to include the topic number and the description, which you chose to research, analyze, and write your report on. Remember to use the grading rubric as a checklist to ensure you have completed all components at the proficient level to earn as many points as possible. Please note, in order to help you a little bit with this assignment, and hopefully clarify if you have any questions, I've given you access to a sample of this assignment. This was a topic that I used in a previous semester. Here was the description. It's a little bit more detailed than the choices that I've given you here, but it's up to you to kind of summarize, and that's part of what you got to do in writing your description, to summarize what the report is about, and then complete the purpose statement, the problem and need, as well as start your outline. Now pay attention here. Okay, the introduction, the conclusion, recommendation, works cited, appendix, all you need to do is put the heading. Okay, what I'm looking for is under the results of the report. This is, remember, from the introduction to the end of the recommendations is the report proper. Here is where I'm going to see your factors that you've decided to research, and then the sub-factors that you're going to compare. And I think once you read the chapter and get the information about how to do this, it'll make a little bit more sense to you. Okay, finally, moving on. As always, you have your review quiz, your chapter review quiz. I want you to notice that this review quiz includes information from both Chapter 8 as well as Bonus Chapter D. Okay, because the information in Bonus Chapter D is very important regarding this long report. Remember, you have 2 attempts for this quiz with a time limit of 30 minutes. You can use your notes, PowerPoint slides, and the lecture notes, as well as the textbook. The deadline due date for this assignment is next Sunday by 11:59 p.m. Once again, I'd like to caution you not to wait until the last minute for the due dates to submit your work. The college and Canvas often perform updates and maintenance on Sunday night, and although it's not supposed to impact the service, I've seen it happen all too often. Remember, you have early access to the modules, so try to use your time wisely. Have a great week, and remember to contact me if you have any questions, concerns, or run into any problems.